Good morning, Dan. There's been a lot of speculation on the last couple of days where the final of the World Test Championship would be held. Of course, India stormed into the final to meet New Zealand after beating England 3-1 in a four-test series at home. Now, the final was initially slotted to be held at Lord's, but on Monday, Saurav Ganguly, in an exclusive interview with Boria Mujumdar on India Today, confirmed that the final will now be held at Southampton because of infrastructure and logistical advantages to the venue. Of course, around the COVID pandemic, the teams will be in bio bubbles, and Southampton has been chosen because there is a hotel alongside the stadium, in the vicinity of the stadium, where the teams will be able to stay and just walk over for the game. So that is one of the news. And before we head into the details of what Saurav said on India Today and what Devdutt Padikkal has been doing in the Vijay Hazare Trophy, here's a quick look at why you need to download the Hauser app.
क्या आप भी किसी अपने सपने मेरे तुम्हारे टीम 11 पे टीम बना रहे हो और बच्चों के साथ खेल रहे हो? हमारे साथ खेलोगे? हाउस पे खेलो लेजेंड्स के साथ. हमें हराओ और जीतो डबल कैश. Log on to houser.com and win real cash.
Right. So please do download the Hauser app and start challenging our experts on sports today. A lot of you are asking us about Southampton, the Southampton pitch, the Southampton conditions. But before we tell you about India's record at Lord's and Southampton and how many test matches they've played here, here's a listen. Please listen to Saurav Ganguly telling Boria Mujumdar on India Today where the final of the WTC will be held.
I'm looking forward to India against New Zealand in Southampton.
You said Southampton.
It is in Southampton.
ICC still hasn't made a thing about Lords. Is it?
No,
Lords
I think it's in Southampton because
of COVID.
And it's been decided a long time ago. I don't know.
Okay, so that's something that Saurav just said. Maybe an official announcement will come from the ICC on that. Maybe is that because of COVID?
And they have the hotel absolutely attached
next
to the ground. So it makes it easier for them to control, and that's why when England started cricket after COVID times, a lot of test matches were held in Southampton and Manchester because they all have hotels along with the ground. So it's in Southampton.
Right. So that was Saurav telling Boria where the WTC final will be held. And in fact, he did confirm that Southampton was confirmed as a venue of while back now, and that is where India and New Zealand will meet for the championship final in June. But a lot of you have been, like I said, have been asking questions about the pitch. Well, it's a little difficult to talk about the pitch so early on, really. But India have played 18 test matches at Lord's and won 2. Their most recent victory there was in 2014 after that heroic spell from Ishant Sharma on what turned out to be the final day of the test match. In Southampton, though, India have played only 2 test matches. So it will be interesting to see because India, of course, have only played England at Lord's and Southampton in Test cricket, and this will be the first time 2 neutral teams are meeting at that venue to play Test cricket. So India will be geared up. The pitch conditions have obviously always aided swing bowling, have obviously aided fast bowlers. Both teams, New Zealand and India, will be pretty loaded with the pace armory, wouldn't they? India are blessed with the likes of Jasprit Bumrah, Ishant Sharma, Umesh Yadav, Mohammad Shami, who will be fit by then. And of course, now they have someone like Mohammad Siraj, who is as good as anybody else in the world as a pace bowler. So India have a massive, as a strong array of fast bowlers to dish out in that final. And of course, if Hardik Pandya is fit and ready to go and ready to bowl, at that stage, it will be quite a strong Indian team who you'd be backing to win the World Test Championship final against a very, very, very good New Zealand team. Remember, New Zealand have been remarkable as well in this World Test Championship final, but India have been the best team, clearly the only team to win 12 Test matches. So hold on, we will get you more and more updates from the World Test Championship final, India's preparation, and the likelihood of possible playing 11. But on other news, it's also important to focus on young Devdutt Palikkal, who has had a remarkable Vijay Hazare Trophy. His campaign has been brilliant. He started off with scores of 52 and 97, but Padikkal has now scored 4 successive hundreds. His latest was 101 of 118 balls. So he's in the news. He'll definitely want to make the most of this time before the Indian Premier League starts on the 9th of April. So that's that this morning on Sports Today, but there'll be plenty more throughout the day. We'll be back with 5 at 5 with Boria Majumdar with all his latest news, breaks and analysis and opinions at 8 o'clock. I will join one of our experts for a cricket chit-chat to discuss the upcoming T20I series between India and England starting on the 12th of this month. And of course, as we go along, we will bring you loads and loads of content around the shorter formats between the two countries now and the IPL, which is starting shortly in a month's time. So thank you for joining us. Do subscribe to Sports Today and do not forget to download the House app.